Welcome back to the DNX show, and today we're talking all about Pittsburgh Supercross. All right, Doc, so what was your biggest takeaway from the 250 class?
I still think Seth is the guy. I mean, other than it being pretty unpredictable of just kind of a class, and obviously it's insanely close and it feels like literally almost anyone could win, right? Like, honestly, I think Max Volan looks like he could win now, right? If he gets a start and like the other guys get kind of not buried, but even like they're 6th and 7th, like, dude, Max was flying. So anyway, but I still think that Seth is the guy, and I think he's going to go out next week and just be perfect, or not next week, but the next time they race. I don't know that like Hampshire or Vialle would have done what he did in that main. It was a pretty great ride.
So I'll give you a little stat. He went from 15th to 5th. 15th was his first lap, after first lap, crossing the finish line. 15th to 5th. Obviously, he was buried in the start.
Yeah.
Almost goes down, gets uppercutted. Like, I don't know how he stayed on the bike, bro. Like, I don't know how he did that.
And
Gets
got landed
on by Hardy, which was crazy. Yeah, and he also had the scenario, too, because the camera was showing it. Austin Forkner, when he got by Austin Forkner, Forkner was to his right, and Forkner went down. So, like, he had that, and probably in his bird's eye view, right, a little bit. Yeah, a great ride by a great ride by Seth I almost said Austin Forkner. Great ride by Seth Hammaker. Really phenomenal. Like I said it in the reactions video that I posted, it's a championship ride. Literally, for going from basically 18th to 15th first lap to 5th, almost got RJ, I would say. I think Seth ran out of gas pushing so hard on that track. But very impressive ride by Seth. But for my biggest takeaway, it's unpredictable. Like you kind of mentioned it a little bit. But seriously, this is the 7th different winner we had this year, which is the most of all time in a 250 class. Like, that's insane. That's history. We watch history on Saturday, bro. Like, this class is so unpredictable. You add Max Anstey in it. You add Levi Kitchen in it. How does this championship play out? Like,
Probably the way it did.
No, not at all. But could you imagine a scenario we had 5 different riders? Like trying to go for a chip? If I'm not mistaken, this is the closest championship we have ever seen since 2017. So in 2017, Jordan Smith was actually leading the points by 1 over Zach Osborne and Joey Savacci. And Adam Cincerillo was in 4th, down 14. And Zach Osborne won that championship by taking out Joey Savacci. Just
legendary,
insane,
legendary clip, by the way,
dude. It's incredible how good the championship have been, and like so many people write it off like, oh, it's boring. It's boring. The 250 East
how is it boring?
Weak. Like that's what I'm saying. 7 different winners.
I was gonna say every week somebody else has won. How could it be boring?
Dude, it's crazy. I actually, this might be a hot take, and I'll talk about this maybe on TikTok or something. But this might be the best championship series we've ever seen, year that we've ever seen in Supercross. I'm dead ass in that. 2 guys in the 450 class coming down to the wire. We have 3 guys in the 250 East Coast. We had a rookie in the West Coast get two wins. We have Deegan winning a podium consistently. Like, I think it's one of the best years we've ever had in Supercross, minus injuries. So
it's been pretty amazing all around.
I'm going on a little tangent there. But going back to this, it's a little unpredictable who's going to win. And going into that final round, I have a feeling, like you mentioned, it's going to be Seth. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you have to go with Seth, right? Like, he's been the most dominant. Although, I don't know, Tommy V kind of surprised me.
Bro,
Tommy V had a lot of fight in him right there.
I'm also kind of scared, though, because I'm not necessarily scared, but I'm also very interested to see how RJ does. Because last year, go back, him and Deegan were going after it 1-2 that final round. So I'm like, RJ's really good there.
Yeah, I was gonna say RJ's a little bit of like a demon in this situation. Like, that's fair. Of all the people to be like tied with, and RJ does RJ things all the time. But to be fair, when it's like really time to like lock in, usually he locks in. Like, if he could lock in the whole season, I feel like he would just be gone in points. But he's like does this weird stuff for the beginning of the season and then has to lock in. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's actually really fair. Of all the people to be going like 1v1, even though it's like a 1v1v1, but still, if I'm Seth, I'm not super worried about Tom, especially in an East, right? Like, I feel like Deegan's going to beat Tom. Cole's probably going to beat Tom. You know, Seth has to pretty much go out. I mean, if I'm Seth, I got to win. The dude that I would be worried about, I guess, yeah, is RJ. And I think RJ really thrives in this kind of situation. So as much as I think Seth can get it done, I think RJ might. But I don't know, dude. I was really surprised. I did not think Tom was going to like have the fight in him to reel in Thrasher, you know? And
that's what I was thinking too. Go back and watch qualifying, bro. That guy went and did a front flip in the rhythm section. How did he even win that race? I don't know.
Yeah, he hand stood off his forehead too to complete the front flip.
It was crazy. I don't like. But going back to that RJ take, like, go back last year, he was fighting with Levi. All RJ did was get a good start, ride clean, didn't make any mistakes. Levi couldn't catch him. You know, especially on a Salt Lake City track. Like, I'm very scared of RJ if, like, I would be very scared of RJ if I'm Seth or Tom Vialle. Like, doesn't matter, right? The one thing that's going good for, say, Seth and Tommy V are their starts. I would say that if they can get a decent start and RJ is not in front of them, they have a shot at winning that championship.
Yeah, I don't really see Seth getting a good start, RJ being like third or fourth, having to pass a couple guys, and then reeling him in and passing Seth out of Salt Lake City. And I don't see it the other way around either. I don't see RJ getting a good start, Seth being third or fourth, passing a couple guys. Like, if they don't make the pass in the first 2 laps, I don't really see that happening.
Well, I was gonna say if RJ gets a bad start, RJ is gonna RJ. He's gonna push too hard and try to do something crazy and make a mistake, right? That's my concept. Because, like, we saw it kind of a little bit at Pittsburgh where he was trying to push, got into lappers, and then crashed. You know, so, like, I personally think that if he can get a start, most likely, if he starts ahead of Seth or Tom Vialle, I think RJ wins that championship.
I'm pretty stoked on anyone winning either those 3.
Oh, yeah, same.
Pretty cool. It'd be cool to see Tom, you know, just be consistent, and at least he got a win and really defend. It'd be cool to see RJ after his just total up and down season. And then Seth is like total underdog. Awesome story, you know? So I think I'm stoked on any of them.
Yeah, Seth can win, maybe breaks a PC curse. I guess we'll find out, right? So it should be very, very interesting. What about I can't speak. What is your biggest takeaway from the 450 class after watching that?
Yeah, you've seen them. You might want to put this up on screen. It's a TikTok of Cooper Webb doing the "Who's Your Daddy?"
Yeah, I saw it. I hated it.
This song, it's so fun. Yeah, that's my takeaway. Cooper Webb is that guy. Also, my other takeaway is I don't know that I've ever seen 2 guys like push that hard for that long. Like, both those guys look like Chase never looks tired, but they both look tired after that race. Like,
yeah, that track
really
was
tired.
That track was gnarly.
Yeah. Who's your daddy?
My takeaway is I think this championship is over. I personally do. I think, now, don't get me wrong, anything can happen. It's Supercross. We saw it like every single week. Anything can happen. I mean, we're just talking about the 250s being unpredictable, right? So anything can happen. Go back to 2023, same track. Tomac tore his Achilles, and you know, so like anything can happen. However, in this moment, I think the championship over. I don't see anything happening to Cooper Webb to even. I don't even see Cooper getting a 4th. Like, he can lose the championship if he goes 4-4. I don't see that. Like, I seriously don't see that. So
I don't see Cooper Webb making a mistake on his own. I certainly don't see Cooper Webb finishing off the podium. I don't see Cooper Webb finishing not second or first, to be honest. I could see the only place I think this championship gets shaken up is on the start of one of the races. And just like
there's carnage or something, and
just soupy carnage, right? Like, not.
And you don't even want that, though. Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to see that by anybody. Like, and I mean, I personally don't think Chase would even take him out. even if it comes
No,
to
I
it.
don't think so.
I don't think so. So like they're two great competitors where they don't hate each other enough to take each other out. So you know what I mean? So it's like you're not going to see that. He might take him high, you know, he might block pass him, but he's not going to purposely take him out, right? And so you're not going to see that play. I don't think
Cooper
AP
would.
Oh, yeah, but I actually don't think he would, to be honest with you. I think he's got a lot of respect for Chase after every podium, like press conference that I've watched. Like, he's always said, I respect him. He's a great racer. We're battling to the end, right? I mean, yeah, he's doing the finger guns. He's doing rocking the baby, you know, like, but that's just competitive type shit, you know? But, like, I don't see him taking each other out. Yeah. So, I don't see Webb losing to AP or Justin Cooper in the main events. Like, who else can beat them? Malcolm doesn't have the speed right now. Kenny is injured. He can't keep up in the 20 minutes. Do we have a mutter in Denver or Salt Lake? No. Like, so I don't know, man. Like, the only thing that can happen is a start or a freaking bike malfunction, which you don't see on the star bikes, or an injury, which we don't want to see. So me personally, I think the championship's over.
Listen, when Cooper Webb wins this chip, he's going to have more championships than James Stewart, Chad Reed, and Eli Tomac.
And all three of those guys have more Supercross wins in them. How does that work?
He's a boss, bro.
But okay, so now let's talk about 450 biggest surprise. And for me personally, it was Justin Cooper. I mean, that heat race, oh my God, bro. He went around the outside of the split lane, and I do not know how he made that work because everybody else couldn't do it. I don't get it.
It was like perfect traction. Like literally could not have hooked up any better coming out of that corner.
It was
sick. Super cool to watch.
So sick. It was so sick.
I also, back to the Chase thing, kind of on the Justin Cooper thing, because also Justin Cooper was my biggest surprise. But I also wonder if there was something else going on with Chase, because Cooper, the pass that Justin Cooper did on Chase was, I bet was almost surprising because he caught him so fast, right? Like I wouldn't, you know, I don't know, he caught him. Even Ricky was saying it though in the broadcast that I definitely expected Chase to retaliate or at least like be behind him. Maybe Justin Cooper was just on a different level and checked out, but I would expect Sexton to have caught AP because AP was making some mistakes, it looked like, you know?
I think you just got to give credit where credit's due. Justin Cooper was just better in that heat race.
Oh, he was flying, yeah.
It was crazy. What about your 250 biggest surprise?
Well, I guess Thrasher and Tom. I did not... Thrasher for having the speed again. This is like now multiple weeks in a row that Thrasher's been a contender for wins, which is awesome. Love to see that. Not used to seeing that. Usually it's like a win and we go back to 15th or something. You know, so this is surprising to see it, you know, over the time. But then Tom being in second, no surprise. Tom catching first and then being aggressive, major surprise. Also, Tom's kit was fire.
Yeah, Nate Thrasher was riding really good in the heat race. In the main event, when he got off to a good start, I was like, oh, he's going to pull away. Like, he has that speed to, like, pull away. And especially with Tom Vialle in second and Max Volan trying to pass Tom, I'm like, oh, Nate's gone, bro. Like, Nate's going to completely wipe the floor today. But no, that did not happen, which is very surprising. However, my biggest surprise was the guy that finished third, and it was Max Volan, bro. Amazing in the heat race. Amazing in the main event, pressuring Tom to get into that second place. He did fade a little bit. He went back down to fourth, but then RJ did RJ things, and then he got back onto the podium. And Max Volan, first career podium, which is very surprising because I thought he already got one, but he finished fourth a bunch of times. So it's very cool to see that. Okay, so now let's move on to our biggest letdowns for each class. And unfortunately, let's start with the 450 class. And for mine, I'm going to talk about this briefly. It's Chase Sexton. I'm just let down. I wanted that third win in a row. I thought he was going to be able to do it. He was like under a second at one point, multiple times actually, and then just didn't do it. Now, he had a great race, second place, nothing to falter with, right? Just as someone that's a Chase Glazer as myself, I'm let down because I wanted him to win. So that's just my biggest letdown.
Yeah, I mean, letdown seems extreme for this, but probably Jay Coop because of the heat,
Yeah.
right? Like, wouldn't have been let down if he finished where he did, but was really hoping to see him fighting for the win. You know, thought that would be a cool just mix up of it all.
Like, so I wonder if like maybe in the start, if he didn't get pushed back by AP, right? And he was behind AP and DF at one point. So if he didn't do that and had just a cleaner start, maybe a whole shot, maybe second place, I think he would have stayed with Webb there for a while, with Sexton for a while.
I mean, he had the speed.
Yeah, so like maybe he would have faded eventually, but I personally think that if he got a little bit better of a start, he would have been able to maybe get even second place, maybe first place.
I feel like he's just brewing, right? Like even Cole Davies, every time I talk to him, he'll always ask me like one of my predictions or my thoughts, and I'll ask him. He is always on the J Coop train, and like even after his heat, Cole texted me and said, you guys don't even know how good J Coop really is. And like I feel like aside from what Cole is saying, like clearly we've seen him improve crazy throughout the year. But then you have someone like Cole in the back end with him every day. I'm wondering, you know, like could J Coop be insane next year? Like insane?
Well, my question then is to go off of that. It's like, why don't we see that in the main then? Like, yeah, he got third, don't get me wrong, but like, why don't we see that heat race speed in the main? You know what I mean? Now, maybe it's just Chase and Webb just putting it on another level, right? Like, don't get me wrong, but you would think that after that heat race where Cooper gapped everybody, it's like he should be the one maybe in Webb position right here, gapping everybody, right?
Yes, it sounds like at the test track too, that J Coop just like different, you know?
I think this track kind of suited him too with jumping the whoops immediately. I mean, look at Webb. He went 3-3-4, I think it was something like that. That's Jay Coop's line. Yeah, Jay Coop's line was like really good in the whoops because it was a jumpers, like, but we just didn't see it in the main. Like we saw it in the heat, but not in the main. But still a phenomenal ride. Third place is no joke, especially in the 450 class. For my biggest letdown in the 250 class, and this might be yours as well, Austin Ford. Top 4 start. Yeah. Top 5 start, I think, maybe something like that. Maybe actually it was worse than I'm thinking the heat race. Top 4 start, got a 3rd place in the heat race, I believe. The main event,
didn't do too good in the main.
Yeah, the main event he's struggled off the start. He was buried with Seth, so I was thinking about the heat race. He was buried with Seth, and then he made a mistake on that triple on after the whoops, crashes, got back on, rode pretty damn good, and then I guess someone took him out. I didn't see it. TV didn't see it. But he finished 15th. Just a little bit of a letdown because we've seen his speed the last couple of weeks. Like, we've seen that, like, Austin Forkner speed again. And I think he can get a top 5 if he just puts it all together. So, just a letdown for the placing, crashing a couple times. Glad that he's not hurt and he's healthy still, so that's a plus. But, yeah, my prediction of 4th place, top 5 for you did not come true. It might have, but it just didn't.
I mean, let's just get through Soupy in one piece. That's a win. I'm hoping that, a lot of these guys like outdoors because it's safer and more like what they're used to. I'm hoping that confidence comes back to Forkner in outdoors. And then next year, as long as we can get through outdoors, let's not die. Next year, I mean, it's Austin Forkner. Like, he's got the speed, he's got the talent, right? I really feel like the more I've been watching, it almost just seems like a mental thing, right? Like, he's just, I don't know if it's fear or just lack of confidence or whatever, but it'll come back. As long as he doesn't get hurt, it'll come back, and then he'll be a threat again.
Has he even done a full outdoor season? I don't think he has since he's been getting hurt. I don't think he has.
Did he finish the one? Remember Washougal where he got ripped to pieces? Did he finish that season?
I think he missed a couple rounds from injuries.
Yeah.
But anyways, regardless.
He was a demon that season. But
yeah, regardless, you are right. I think his confidence is growing, and you can see that in his riding. Maybe he takes that outdoors, gets a couple top 10s. I don't know if he can battle for top 5s in outdoors just yet with everybody in there. But it is Austin Forkner, and we know he has raw speed. So,
like, would you be surprised if he came out and got a podium at Paula?
Yes.
Let's
be real. Bro, We got Deegan, Tom Vialle, Levi. I mean, you got Cole now. You got Jordan Smith out there. You got Juju. I mean, yeah, I'm going to be surprised. Seth Hamaker's super fast outdoors. RJ. I don't think RJ's racing outdoors, but RJ. So, I mean, yes, I would be very surprised if he got a podium.
Right. Fair. Never mind.
All right. Moving on. Best ride of the night. Let's start with 450s. And I'm going to say someone that it better be the same as yours, okay? And it's Shane. He went from 18th to 9th. Top 10 for Shane. Where is his starts gone? I don't know. He was so good in the middle of the season. The last couple of rounds, he's been buried and had to ride through the pack the last couple of rounds. So I'm like, he has the ride going. If he gets a better start, bro, it's a top 5, top 7 easily.
So this is the thing. He has got a few good starts and then has gotten like 12th. So like when he's buried, he comes back. So like maybe this is good for him in the long run.
He needs a better start than 18th, man.
Yeah.
He can get a top 7.
I would say Shane. I would agree with you on Shane. I would also say J. Coop.
Fair enough.
Great ride. Both great rides.
Yeah. I mean, I wish Shane could just get a little bit of better. Okay, stop it.
Who's your daddy?
All right. Moving on to 250s. There's no more 450s. Moving on to 250s. For best ride for me, it was Seth. 15th to 5th. When I'm looking at the best ride, I'm taking into account, like you, for example, J. Coop. I'm taking that into account. However, all the guys that I looked at, I'm like, okay, Colin Park started 7th, finished 7th. You know, they all started like one spot ahead of each other and then finished, right? Seth, on the other hand, went 15th to 5th. So, I mean, like, you got to give him the best ride category, right? The championship ride for him right now. Like, if he doesn't do this, the championship might be out of reach for him.
Not only a championship ride, but a championship save in that rhythm section. Insane.
Oh,
and that was like a $500,000 save right there, brother.
Yeah, even in I was watching Vital interviews, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I don't know how I saved that. I don't know how I didn't crash afterwards because I couldn't see anything because my goggles got moved around." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, it's just one of those ones where it just worked out. You know, just like almost dying crazy. And just somehow didn't, and not sure how.
It's crazy. Okay, so now going into our best privateer. Let's start with the 250s. And another ride similar to Shane's here, and that was Bryce Shelley. He went from 18th to 9th. That's pretty freaking good, bro.
It's like a true privateer? Like a out of mommy's van?
No, I think he's on like a team. Don't quote me on that. I think he's on like... Not like... No, I'm saying like a privateer team, right?
Okay, still.
Bryce Shelley, he's on Gizmo Mods Rock River.
Yeah, that's privateer team.
Yeah, privateer.
We'll go down.
Yeah, so great ride by Bryce Shelley. I think, did he come through the LCQ? I think he did, bro. He got 3rd in the LCQ and then went from 18th to 9th in the main event.
Yeah, but he's got that dog in him. No, that's so good. That's a sick ride, dude. That's sick.
Oh, excuse me, 9th to 10th in the main event. Devin Simonson got 9th, which really good ride by Devin too. But yeah, shout to Bryce, man. Shout to Bryce. What about you?
I mean, are we counting Max?
We can count Max if you would like.
We can count Max.
He's on club.
I would like to count Max. So
okay.
I'll go Max. If we're not going to go, we'll go Shelley as well.
Okay, yeah. But Max, great ride, bro. Phenomenal ride. I don't know how you're doing it. I think Max also plays Sim. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure he plays Sim.
We can all choose the wrong game. It's fine. It's always time to pick the right one.
All right. What about your best privateer for 450?
I mean, you got to go Shane, right?
Okay, Shane 9th, Joey 8th, DF 7th. Those are the top 3 privateers.
Yeah, but where was Joey on lap 1?
Joey on lap 1 was 11th.
Where was DF on lap 1?
DF on lap 1 was 6th. So he started 6th, finished 7th. For me,
Mr. Clean out here, brother. Mr. Clean.
For me, now this wasn't like the insane performance such as a Joey or a Shane, right? However, I'm going to go with Freddie Norn, right?
How about you, Freddie?
Won the LCQ race, got 15th in the main event. That's honestly really good for
He's
Freddie.
also like the nicest dude in the world. So
yeah, I mean, phenomenal ride by Freddie. But yeah, those are our takeaways from Pittsburgh. We're super excited to see what happens at Denver. Back to the West Coast. We got Deegan and Cole. I was kind of thinking about this. yesterday I was telling my boys in the Discord, I was like, yo, what if there's like a conspiracy theory that Deegan has a bike problem, Webb has a bike problem, and then we have 3 championships all decided at Salt Lake within the 3 points.
Oh my gosh, this is Marvin Muscan moving over for Ryan Dungey all over again.
No, I don't think any of that's going to happen, but what if it does? You know what I'm saying? So
It won't. Cole's going to win, though. Mark my words, brothers.
Cole go 4 in a row this week in Denver, and then Salt Lake?
And people are still going to say that it's not, you know, he's not the greatest rookie ever. It's going to be insane.
If he wins 4 races, bro, that would be nuts. That would be so crazy. Wait,
I mean, but it's not unlikely.
If he wins 4 races and doesn't win the chip, that's got to be like the most 250 wins without winning. It's got to be.
Yeah, it's almost like
stats,
when I said that the beginning of the season and like some of the bad luck he had was holding him back from winning the chip. And chat thought I was just glazing. Oh,
hey, one bad race. Hey, one bad race for Deegan, and then we got an East-West showdown. So, I mean,
I think Deegan will wrap it up.
I do too.
I think Deegan's pretty smart. I think Deegan's going to get it done. But
I think Deegan finishes out on the podium the next 2 weeks. But
yeah, 100%.
There's always a possibility. I'm just saying.
I could definitely see Deegan not finishing on the podium at the East-West, just needing a 12th, right? And getting an 8th or something. Just get his chip. I don't see Deegan losing this, but I definitely think Cole has been better.
Dude. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm excited for Denver. I'm excited for Salt Lake too. Going back West Coast, baby. But yeah, this week too, just a little update. We're going to have our ratings out tomorrow, and then we're switching it up. We're going to do our predictions first. We're going to include a head-to-head matchup in the predictions. And then on Friday, we're going to post a little bit, on Friday, we're going to post a video called Everything Moto, which is basically everything that, like, news related that we're going to react to that is Moto related, right? So anything Moto related, we're going to react to, and we're going to post on Friday. We have a bunch of notes that we've already put together, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, we're excited. Thank you guys so much for all the love on all these videos, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. We're out. Peace.